get random thoughts a lot. One of them is this video. Today, I'm making Crumbl cookies for my dogs, specifically their sugar cookie one. So, if you guys are ready, let's get into it. Alright, the first thing that you always do in every recipe, if it's baking, you preheat the oven. In this case, we're preheating it to 350 Fahrenheit. Celsius will be in the video. Then you're gonna grab a sheet and some parchment paper. And we're just gonna line this out. Alright, I think this is good. Alright, so let's talk ingredients. First things first, I have some flour here. This is 1 1/2 cup of flour, and grams will be on the screen. Then I have some sweeteners here. I actually used monk fruit and erythritol sweeteners for this recipe because monk fruit and erythritol are actually safe for dogs. So if you have that, feel free to use it. If you don't have monk fruit or erythritol, you can also use honey or maple syrup. You might want to have a powdered sweetener for the frosting that we're going to make later, because then the consistency of it will be better. And then we have some pure vanilla extract. We're going to be using this twice in the recipe. I will put on screen how much we're going to use each time. And then we have some baking powder. We're going to use this only for the cookies. I also have some dog-safe, not artificial food coloring. This one is from India Tree. I'm using a red food coloring. The link for that will be in the description if you want that. And our last thing is butter. We're going to be using butter, again, twice in this recipe. One time for the cookies and another time for the frosting. For the cookies, you want to have 1/2 cup of butter, which is just 1 stick. And for the frosting, you want to have a 1/4 cup of butter, which is just a 1/2 stick. And oh, I almost forgot. We need an egg. Okay, now we're going to grab ourselves a mixing bowl. Make it a pretty large one, because this is what we're going to use to make our cookie batter with. The first step that we're going to do when making these cookies we are going to cream, which means basically combining the butter and the sweetener together. Oh, just going to add this in here. Well, now we're going to grab some mixers. I'm using an electric hand mixer from KitchenAid, and we are going to combine this. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, you want your butter to be softened in both cases. To soften it, you can let your butter sit out for about 30 minutes. Or if you want it to be a bit faster, you can cut it into smaller pieces, and then it will take about 15 to 20 minutes for it to soften. Alright, so that's what it looks like when it's done creaming. Now we're gonna add in our flour and baking powder. Baking powder and the flour. And we're just gonna mix this again. Alright, so you can see it kind of looks like the start of a pie crust, which if you've never really done that, it's just basically, when you pick it up, it's not really staying all together. So what we need to do is we need to add some water so we can actually have it maintain a proper structure. So I'm going to try to add about 1/8 cup of water to start. See how it works. You don't want to add too much water because the dough can become sticky. If that does happen, then you can add more flour. Alright, awesome. We got a block of dough here. Alright, now we're gonna form some cookies on the cookie sheet. Now I'm gonna form some cookies here. I'm admittedly kind of just eyeballing it. I'm gonna make bigger Crumbl cookies and smaller Crumbl cookies. If you're new around here, I have a big dog and a small dog. And I don't want to give Maliki, who's my small dog, a big Crumbl cookie and him look at me like, what am I supposed to do with this? So, alright, so I've made some cookies here. Now I'm going to put them in the oven for about 10 minutes and see how they look. And I'll update you guys in a moment. Okay, now that the cookies are baking, I'm going to grab another mixing bowl and start making the frosting. With these ingredients over here. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not the best at making frosting. So we're going to see how this goes. Last time I made frosting, it was more like melting. So I'm going to start with the same process that I did for the cookies. Got the butter. I have a sweetener. Boom. And now I'm going to grab the mixer again and we're going to cream this too. This time I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract. And I'm going to add as well just like a few. I'm trying to make this pink, so I'm gonna try 2 dots of red. This might come out more red than pink, but that's okay. Oh, it's actually coming out pink! Yay! Now I'm gonna add a bit of water to this, just a slight bit, because I heard that you were supposed to add some water to frosting. This actually doesn't look too bad. Awesome. This is the first successful frosting I've ever made. Okay, I'm gonna take these out of the oven now and see how they look. This is how they look. I think they need a bit more time, so I'm gonna put them back in for about, I think, like 5 minutes. Set the timer for 5 minutes. All right, they're ready again, hopefully. I think so. I'm just gonna let these chill here for 5-10 minutes or so. All right, I brought my frosting over here. I got the small cookies and the big cookies. So let me try my best here. I'm gonna start to try to frost the big cookies. All right, I just got this. It's gonna melt. Is it going to melt? It's gonna melt. No! It's okay, let's try it. Let's try it. 1 Crumbl cookie for my dogs, and it is melting already. Now we are gonna see what the puppies think, and we're also gonna see what I think too. So I don't want to feed my dogs something that tastes horrible, so I'm gonna try one of these. I'm just gonna try one of the small ones, just to see, but let's see. It's pretty good. It's a bit sweet, but hopefully it's not too sweet for the dog. So let's see what they think too. Okay, so Cleo's gonna get a bigger one. And the frosting's turning to melting, as you can see, but that's okay. And Maliki's gonna get a really small one. Like, I might even have to cut up this for him. He's a very small boy. So let's see what they think. Buddy! Hey, bud! Hi! Do you want to try this? I made you a Crumbl cookie. Here. No? Okay. That's okay. We always have another taste tester, and that is Cleo. Cleo! Why, Cleo? Cleo? Did you want some, bud? Cleo! You want? Oh. Okay. She is really liking the frosting. Are you gonna eat any of the actual cookie? Might be a bit big for her too. Let me break it up a bit. Okay, so she finished the full thing. So that was my video on making Crumbl cookies for dogs. Next week, I think I'm probably gonna try to make dog-friendly pizza. So if you guys want to see that, feel free to subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.